What if an idle RPG threw together historical heroines, anime waifus, auto battles, guild wars, dating systems, labyrinths, and enough menus to make your phone question its life choices? That's Girls' Wars in a nutshell. The real question is whether there's an actual game hiding behind all that fan service and flashing summon buttons. If that sounds like your kind of chaos, hit that like button and subscribe. We're always hunting for the next great idle RPG, so you don't have to waste your time downloading the bad ones. Girls' Wars drops you into a fairly standard idle setup. Build your squad, push campaign stages, collect resources while offline, log back in, make numbers go up, repeat. If you've played an AFK RPG before, you'll know the rhythm within minutes. Combat runs almost entirely on auto battle. Your job isn't controlling skills in real time, it's building the right team before the fight starts. Positioning matters more than button presses here. Frontline tanks soak damage while damage dealers and support units work from the back row. Swapping heroes around to counter enemy formations becomes the main strategy once campaign difficulty starts ramping up. Team building is where Girls' Wars spends most of its energy. The roster is made up of collectible heroines pulled through the game's gacha system. Different heroes fill different roles, including tanks, DPS units, crowd control specialists, buffers, and healers. Building a balanced team matters a lot more than simply stuffing your squad with the highest rarity characters. Progression follows the usual idle RPG formula. Heroes level up using gold, experience materials, and duplicate copies for upgrades and ascension systems. Gear upgrades add another layer of power growth, and you'll spend plenty of time farming equipment, enhancing stats, and squeezing out extra combat power wherever possible. Offline rewards keep progression moving even when you're not playing, what is honestly mandatory for games in this genre. The campaign itself revolves around clearing stages and boss encounters. Boss fights are where team composition starts carrying more weight, since raw power alone eventually stops working. Outside the main campaign, Girls' Wars throws a surprising amount of side content at you. There's a dungeon mode for farming resources, labyrinth exploration for extra rewards, puzzle activities, and smaller minigames that help break up the endless stage pushing. Guild content is also a major part of the long-term loop. Joining a guild unlocks cooperative activities and competitive events against other players. If you're the type that enjoys climbing rankings and contributing to group objectives, you'll probably spend a good amount of time here. PvP battles are available too, although like most idle games, spending money can speed up progression significantly. And that's probably the biggest warning label attached to Girls' Wars. The game is generous early on with summons and rewards, but the grind becomes noticeable later. Progress starts slowing down, duplicate requirements increase, and players chasing leaderboard positions will quickly run into the familiar idle RPG wall where wallets start moving faster than strategy. Another potential issue is how heavily the game leans on automation. If your favorite part of RPGs is manual combat and active gameplay, this probably won't hold your attention for long. Much of the experience revolves around account management, optimization, and collecting characters rather than playing battles directly. The dating and bonding systems are also a major focus here. Increasing affinity with characters unlocks interactions and extra scenes. Some players enjoy the added progression layer, while others will probably ignore it entirely and focus on combat efficiency instead. So who is Girls' Wars actually for? If you enjoy idle progression, collecting characters, optimizing team formations, and checking in throughout the day to make your account stronger, there's enough content here to keep you busy for quite a while. If you're looking for deep combat mechanics, skill-based gameplay, or a fair competitive environment, this one may not survive your uninstall finger for very long. Girls' Wars knows exactly what audience it's aiming for, and it doesn't pretend to be anything else. Now I'm curious where you land on this one. Are you here for the team building, the guild battles, or are we all going to pretend we're only interested in the strategy? Drop your thoughts below. Leave a like if this saved you a download, and subscribe for more idle RPG reviews and overviews.